Y'all, I love a beautiful scenic view. And oftentimes I drive past a beautiful tree lined road or a heavily treed area, and I find myself staring through the trees and wondering what's back there. And yes, before I go any further, tandgreat is soaking wet. My feet are wet because I didn't have my big boots on, y'all. I wasn't prepared for this. But as I was going past this field, I looked out and I saw all this rushing water over this bank, dam, whatever. The water was rushing, and all I could think was how picturesque or scenic this was. It reminds me of something off the puzzles that my brothers and sisters used to work. Did y'all work puzzles? Me and my siblings used to work puzzles. My dad would get us a different puzzle maybe every week. And the thrill about working those beautiful puzzles was either to put the first piece in or to put the last piece in. And you know, whoever took the last piece almost always lost that puzzle piece. So there was always one piece missing out of our puzzle. But back to this beautiful babbling brook. I could not go past this and not get a picture of it or film it. Now, I sat out there, well, I stood out there because, I would have been even more wet if I was sitting in one spot like that. But I stood out there as long as I could brave the rain pelting me in the face. And the water was rushing from every direction. It wasn't raining sideways, but if you'll look at the picture, the brook is down low. I was up midways, but there's a level above me, and the water was rushing from the top to where I was down to the bottom. That's how my feet got wet. But it was raining so hard. But this was too beautiful for me to pass up. So I stood there. And I could have stood there longer. It was so peaceful. It was relaxing. If you hear the birds were chirping, and every once in a while you get a clap of thunder, it was everything that sound effects create for you to hear in the movies. I could have stayed there all day, but I do believe that was private property. So I grabbed my content and I kept it moving. This also reminds me of something from the old countryside, although it's clearly smack dab in the middle of a city. And it looks old, but I'm not able to even begin to think about the age of the pavers of the stone that is making this waterfall. But just beautiful. It is everything I wanted to see on a rainy day. And I do love a rainy day. I'm looking at the trees as I view this, in the sky. And you know, those puzzles had the most trees and skies ever. And for whatever reason, for whatever reason, that seemed like the hardest part. The trees, the sky, and the water. I know that was because there were not very many clear markers to go by to put the spot in. But it was fun. That was the most challenging part. And I'm going to let y'all know, tandgreat is the puzzle worker. I put those puzzles together. My siblings and I still work puzzles and talk trash about who's gonna put the most puzzle pieces in, or who's gonna get the next puzzle piece in. I thank y'all for coming on this journey with me to view this babbling brook. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see all the things I'm getting up to. Bye, y'all.